My name is Muhammad Syakir bin Amir. My BME number is BME 2211014. So I'll start to explain the definition of inflation. Inflation is defined as a persistent and sustained increase in the aggregate or average price of goods and services in an economy. Inflation implies that there is an increase in the cost of living that causes lower purchasing power. Other than that, inflation is measured by Consumer Price Index (CPI) data over months or years. CPI, also called as the Cost of Living Index, because measures change in the average price of consumer goods and services. So, to calculate the inflation rate, you need the Consumer Price Index data for Malaysia in 2020 to 2022. The inflation rate for Malaysia in 2020 is negative 1.14%, a 1 to 8% decline from 2019. Second, 2021, 2.48%, a 3.62% increase from 2020. The last one is 2022, 3.38%, a 0.9% increase from 2021. For the formula to calculate inflation rate is CPI current year minus CPI previous year divided by CPI previous year and times 100. For this case, based on the diagram, inflation rate equal to 127.2 minus 120.1 divided by 120.1 times 100 equal to 5.91%. The inflation rate increased by 5.91% from 2020 to 2022 in Malaysia in the general price level, indicating that average price of a basket of goods and service increased by 5.91%. That's all from me. Based on the diagram above, it is average CPI index and increase for 2020 to 2022.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Iedlan bin Zaman, and for my part, I will answer question 1B. The question is about the types of inflation. Basically, it have three types of inflation, but the question only asks for two types of inflation, which is the first one is demand pull inflation, and the second one is cost push inflation. For my part, I will explain about demand pull inflation. The definition of demand pull inflation is it is occurs when the aggregate demand (AD) for goods and services in an economy exceed its aggregate supply (AS), and all factors of production are fully utilized or fully employed. So there are four variables that leads to an increase in AD. The first one is C, consumer demand. Second one is I, investment. The third one is G, government expenditure. And the last one is net export, which is S minus M. The most important factor is G, government expenditure, because it has effect on the most effect on AD. Okay, we move to the pictures over here. There are three stages occur in the economy. So the first one is when the AS keep constant, the economy is in a recession stage. Okay, for the second stage, the AS will slip outward. Also, the AD will get higher. The price also will get higher from P0 to P1, and the output also will follow get higher. It happened because less idle resources with decreased unemployment. At this stage, inflation mild and is in the normal economic range. Okay, and the last stage is the AS is vertical and constant at full employment output. So in this economy situation, it can cause the price of goods or services get higher because of the output will constant, and the demand still constant, but the resources are fully employed. So the goods or services will get higher, and this is called demand pull inflation.
Okay, hi and assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Hazim bin Taha and my ID BME22111012. So, I'm from Group 1 and I want to elaborate the type of inflation, which is cost push inflation. Okay, what is cost push inflation? Cost push inflation is occurs when an increase in the cost of production increase in the cost of production decreases the aggregate supply, resulting in a price increase. Cost push inflation can only occur if the demand for the end product or service is inelastic, such as petrol, because people cannot find other substitute good to replace it. Uh, Cost push inflation is shown in figure 3.0, where a leftward shift of the aggregate supply raises the price level. So figure 3.0, the graph that shown the leftward shift of the aggregate supply can raise the price level from S2 to S3. It can raise the price level, increase the price level. So there are six causes that can affect the leftward shift of the aggregate supply. So move to the next slide. So there are six various factors that can affect the leftward shift in aggregate, which are number one, wage costs, which push inflation. Number two, import prices, import push inflation. Number three, exhaustion of natural resources or natural disaster. Number four, fall in exchange rates. Number five, government regulation or taxation, tax push inflation. And last one, number six, increases in supplier profit, profit push inflation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Zikri bin Norizan and I will be answering question C. Question C is discuss the impact of inflation on the financial sector development. So the answer is the financial sector cannot develop during inflation. Financial sector. Financial sector is a section of the economy made up of firms and institutions that provide financial services to commercial and retail customers. These are the four examples of the financial sector. The first one is banks, the second one is investment companies, the third one is real estate firm, and the last one is insurance companies. So, for the banks, during inflation time, rising prices would then decrease the value of their nominal assets more than diminishing the value of their nominal liabilities. So, during the inflation, bank will lose. For investment companies, inflation can significantly reduce real returns on fixed income investment, such as corporate or municipal bond, treasuries, and CDs. For insurance companies, in short term, the impact is negative, mainly due to losses on interest rate sensitive investment. Inflation generally result in higher claim costs for non-life and health insurers. For real estate firms, in inflation times, fewer new builds and other development plans can get off the ground due to rising costs of construction-related products and services. This leads to plummeting property inventory levels, keeping demand ratios high and thus increasing prices. That's all from us. Thank you.